Hey, how you doing there again, folks? Me again, of course, Brandon Wenzel. Come back at you, another offering off my sampler platter. Yes, indeed, folks, sampler review series videos I've been doing for a little while now. I go over there, try out food and drink items. I eat stuff, I drink stuff, then, folks, I'm going to talk about stuff. I'm going to let you know all that you need to know about hopefully delicious stuff. That time I'm doing this, folks, I'm not going to lie, I had a hankering for some sushi, so that's what I did. But we'll get to that. Folks, it's super simple format. I'm going to go over here and try out food and or drink items for you. Whilst I'm doing so, I'm going to yammer on about it for a bit. Whilst I'm doing all that, I'm inside my truck. And whilst I'm doing all that, folks, I'm wearing a super cool shirt. And folks, when I wear super cool shirts, I always like to highlight the super cool shirt. What super cool shirt am I wearing for you today, folks? Well, it happens to be my Boom! It says Rebel, but it's actually Boom! It's from a musician known as Ayatoya. Ayatoya. I think that's how it's pronounced. What the fuck is Ayatoya? Like I said, it is a musician. It is this super badass chick who does sort of electronica, sort of 80s inspired industrial music. I ran into her probably about a month ago or so. She was on tour with Cold and Orgy. I'd never heard of her before, but apparently she's actually out of Chicago. And I just really liked her set. I thought she was really badass. You know, I give endless credit to artists who can go up there by themselves and make that whole production work. You know, she was a multi-instrumentalist, had all this cool visual stuff set up. I just thought she was really badass. And the crowd was totally into it, too. So much so that when everything was said and done, I went over there, I got some merch, got a picture with her and everything. She's very nice. And I went over there, I took some videos of her performance. Those videos are on this channel as well, in case you want to check them out. But if nothing else, I'd be more than happy to point you into her direction, because I think she's badass. But anyway, sushi, eh? Yeah, that's right. I woke up and, I was like, all right, man, I got a little time, got some options. So I'm kind of thinking, what could I grab? And I was like, man, I want some fucking sushi, but I don't know if I want to, I don't want to go, too far out of my way. I don't want to go to, Mitsuo Marketplace, as good as they are. I just don't want to make that trek. So, I popped on out to a local spot called, Boom! Mariano's, which is a supermarket chain. And I think they're in Illinois. They at least started in Illinois, although they're owned by Kroger, so I don't know exactly where it stands. But for all intents and purposes, I am going to consider this a local establishment. And with it being a local establishment, it's going to end up on my Eating Out Illinois playlist. That's a playlist for just local spots. Again, this one's a little bit of a here or there, but I'm gonna count it. And they go over there. They have sushi available there that you can get pre-made. This is their Salmon Teriyaki bowl. You can get 2 bowls for $20. Not a terrible deal. It also says Chicago Finest Sushi. 'Tis not. I'm gonna say that right now. But I have gone over there and reviewed some stuff from Mariano's in the past. Just figure I'd give it a go. So, let's take out the things, and then let's get a thing for the thing. Badoo. I will say I think their sushi is better on average than most supermarket sushi. So, So let's do a little something like this so we can get a thing for the thing. It looks like that. Ha 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 ha. And then basically we're going to go over there, we're going to mix this shit together and make it look sexy and attractive as possible. Alright. And yeah, it just looks like it's some salmon, some teriyaki. You can't go wrong with that, I don't think. You probably can, but it's definitely... it's the rice is partially frozen. Not frozen, but it's definitely hard to get through. So let's kind of bunch it up and get it together. This is the only problem with doing these is you got to kind of spend that extra time. But yeah, otherwise it looks like it's some white rice, some edamame. Let's go ahead, let's get a little bit of this just right off the bat. Yeah, come on now. And to be fair, you do want your sushi cold, so That's not bad. Yeah, I mean, it's perfectly fine. The salmon tastes like salmon. The teriyaki is a little weak, but I also think that kind of makes sense in this context. I don't think you want to go too far with it. Salmon and teriyaki is not a flavor combination I usually think of. Salmon has like such a strong and unique flavor. You know, teriyaki, I don't know. I don't mind it, but like I don't know that the two flavors blend as well as I would like. But it doesn't taste bad. It's just I don't know about the level of cohesion there. I'm sure you could probably make it work, but the rice is good. Got the edamame. It's decent. It's not the most flavorful edamame I've ever had, but, you know, it's getting the job done. Yeah, I mean, I can get down with these. Like, I'm totally in favor of, like, these pre-made, like, poke bowls and sushi and stuff like that. I mean, yeah, I'd much prefer to go to, like, a proper sushi place, like, and get it done for real. But, you know, sometimes that's just not always going to be the most convenient option for you. This, for what it is perfectly workable. It's, you know, some salmon, which tastes good. Teriyaki, again, interesting combination, but I'll, you know, kind of go with it on it. You got rice, you got edamame. It's not a bad time. Also comes with a couple of sauces. I do not know what these sauces are. I'm guessing this one's probably soy sauce. Oh, yeah, that's definitely soy sauce. Almost a little sweetness to that soy sauce. Okay. What the hell's the other one? Guessing like a mayo of some kind? Ooh, yeah, definitely. Yeah, kind of a sweet and tangy mayo. Yeah, I mean, it's not bad. I'll do, well, fuck it. I'll do a quick thing. I'll do some mayo in there. Just I'm not going to do the soy sauce just because I don't, you know, everybody knows what the fuck soy sauce tastes like. I don't think I need to really delve in deep into that one. But we'll do the mayo. We'll kind of mix it in, I guess. Just to see how it blends. That's the only problem when you have these things is like, you never know how well the sauces are going to work, you know? It's like sometimes they're good with it, sometimes they're not, and it's very much a personal preference thing. Whereas like with certain things, you know, it's like, look, man, you know, like, all right, you know, ketchup and mustard works on, you know, like hot dogs and stuff like that. It's, you know, a little bit more ubiquitous, at least here in the West. So let's kind of get that, and then we'll do I really like that with the mayo. It doesn't overpower it. It just kind of gives a little extra dimension, a little extra sweetness. It kind of takes the teriyaki out of the flavor, or out of the equation, though. Because again, it's kind of a weaker teriyaki. But I almost don't mind. I think the mayo works better with the salmon than the teriyaki did. So, yeah. It's also my lunch, so I'm real hungry. Anyway, 2 questions have to be asked. Would I get it again? Would I recommend it? I think I'm going to go with yes and kind of. I think for me, I don't know that I would consider this my outright favorite of like these pre-made bowls that I've had from Mariano's. And to be fair, you know, like there's places like Poke Bros, which I have reviewed some stuff before. And I would say on average, if not in entirety, Poke Bros is definitely the better option to go for this type of thing. But this is a little bit closer, you know, plus I can go over there, I can get groceries and stuff like that. It's a nice option to have. It's not something I'd go out of my way for. You know, like I'm not gonna fucking, you know, if this wasn't as close to where I live as it is, I would not be making the trek for this specifically. But again, the convenience factor does play in, and it's fresh, and it tastes good, and I don't have anything huge against it. It works pretty well. And if I'm recommending it, it's the same kind of, priority or same type of situation that I was talking about with myself. If you're near a Mariano's and you want some sushi, this isn't a bad option. It's not the best option, but it's far from the worst. It's closer to the best than the worst for damn sure. And in terms of supermarket sushi, it's probably one of your better options. This particular bowl might not be for everybody. Obviously, you got to be into the salmon aspect. And again, that salmon teriyaki, kinda, but they do have lots of options available and stuff like that. This one in particular, I think it's one of those things, if it sounds good to you, give it a go. Otherwise, you can pass it by. They have other stuff. 5 things before I get out of here. Have yourself a great rest of your day, spectacular rest of your week, monumental rest of your month, stupendous rest of your folks. Go over there, have yourselves a truly Pokeball-tastic rest of your life. I'm still astonished that I saw Pokeballs for the first time several years ago on a YouTube channel, thought that was amazing, looked it up, and then it was like, boom, they're near you. And I was like, what a world we live in. Final 2 things. Number 1, try to bring some positivity into the world. It's not always possible. It is, however, always appreciated. But what you do if you can't do all the time, I know I can't do all the time. Here's what you're going to do, folks. You're going to try not to be an asshole. Folks, not always the easiest thing in the world to not be an asshole. Trust me. I know it. I live it. I'm out there every day with you in it. Life can be stressful and frustrating and just bullshit sometimes, folks. And when we find ourselves in situations where we have to deal with said bullshit, it's important we go over there whenever possible. Take a step back. Try to mitigate the level of assholishness in our lives. Hopefully do better for ourselves and for those around us. Very final thing, folks, do the thing. Whatever the thing is for you, that's what I want you to go out and do. Folks, what's your opinion on sushi? Poke bowls and stuff like that. Are you a fan? Are you not into it? I like to think in the year 2024 that I'm doing this, people in the United States have become increasingly familiar and okay with sushi. But there's definitely still people who kind of hold out, they just, have those sort of old style prejudices against it. Or conversely, maybe they just don't like it. That's, to be fair. It's definitely something where, like I have aunts and uncles and stuff who like won't touch it. They're blah, 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 but what's your opinion on it? Comment down below. I'd love to hear about it because, I love talking this stuff. Anyway, bye.